Good morning to everybody. How are you? So I'm waking up this morning and it looks like Foodie was busy while I was asleep. She did a live finally after being away for a little while. Everybody was wondering, did she get another strike? Did she get put on timeout? Because she went quiet for a little bit, but she's back and she did a live called Driving in Kuwait City. And I took a look at it. She doesn't look happy. It's funny. When she starts her live, the first few seconds, she thinks that the camera's not rolling. And that's when you get a true glimpse of what's going on because in this live, the first 4 or 5 seconds, she looks really angry. She looks really, really angry and annoyed. Gee, I wonder why. Is it because things over there with you and Salah are not quite happy? Maybe the two of you aren't getting along or he's leaving you alone a lot, Foodie? I wonder. As I've said, I am not here really for her boring content. I'm here for karma. That's my dessert. And now that the good and the innocent are out of harm's way, karma can get to work. And it has been working. I can tell. It's definitely working on her. See, sometimes karma doesn't hit you with a knockout punch right away. No. No, if you're really awful, it just does little things in the background, kind of subtle, to where you're not really noticing that it's at work, but it just starts to dismantle anything in your life that you take pleasure in, to where you're come to a place where there's pleasure in nothing. That's what karma's doing to Foodie. She's not really getting pleasure out of food anymore. She's not getting pleasure out of being around Salah. She's just locked in and where she's at. And I love that for her. I love it. I love it all. I love it the most for Foodie. So I'm going to take a look at this live stream. Before we do that, we're going to go on Twitter because I found some cool stuff on Twitter. Clips of Foodie from the live. Clips of really cool things as well. Things that make you smile. So let's do that. Yeah, good plan. So let me just go ahead and share the screen so you guys can see everything. So there's my Twitter. For anyone else who's on Twitter, there's my Twitter, Wild Girl Sarah. So let's start with something nice because I love this. This is from Bulldog Lover. Look at that. Look at the baby bulldogs. Little beans. I love bulldogs. They're like little tiny, grumpy, adorable old men with their personalities. But that is a sign of a well taken care of, relaxed animal because they sleep with their bellies exposed. Normally, when it comes to an animal, the belly is the most vulnerable part of the animal. If they reveal their belly to you, that means they trust you. So look at the baby bulldogs just sleeping with their bellies up. They're happy, they're relaxed, they feel safe. That is a beautiful sight. Absolutely gorgeous. Here's another one from Cat. Look at the baby kitten. Look at her. A baby tortie. I did just fall in love in it in a heartbeat. So pretty. And another one from the vegan. This is a hippo. And as big as hippos are, they're essentially water horses. They're made for the water. And they look at them glide so gracefully. Foodie, not so much. But even hippos, as big as they are, can be as graceful as ballerina dancers underneath the water. Okay, now this is a post that came from Kiwi Farms. I'm going to go ahead and stop the screen because I'd like to read it to you. Some of the stuff that you guys don't need to see, like names and all that. But it has some interesting points. This person says, I have to disagree with the multitude of posts saying that Chantal wants to stay in Kuwait forever, or even for any longer than she has to. I think that Chantal knows very well that the process of bringing Salah to Canada will be long and arduous. When she speaks of wanting to stay in Kuwait, she is simply convincing herself that she is excited about what is ultimately her only option. In the meantime, she is on edge about having to keep Salah complacent and encouraged about their prospects, so she's trying to keep her own spirits up, whether consciously or subconsciously. I think that she is optimistically replaying the benefits of the Kuwait stay in her own mind. Number one, Kuwait is good for Chantal's mental health in so much as she can't resist rugs. I have to say rugs, this is YouTube, so code words, rugs. If they are available and in Kuwait, they are not available. Two, while staying in Kuwait, Salah can't interact with other women easily, preventing him from straying, and he is financially reliant on Chantal, leading them to spend a lot of time together, living out a domestic fantasy and quote unquote falling in love. Three, and finally, Chantal may be able to bring Salah to Canada, and in her mind, he will then owe her an emotional and financial debt, while both of them reap what is ultimately the better country to settle down in long term. Whether this will come down to is not whether Chantal wants to stay in Kuwait or not, because let's be real, she will do whatever she needs to do to keep a man. What this comes down to is whether she will be able to bring Salah to Canada. And honestly, I would not be surprised if she figures out a way. Maybe this is too optimistic, but she does have an insane talent of just doing whatever she wants. This is a person's reply. I don't disagree with you, but down this road of thinking, and we have ultimately reached its logical conclusion, which is nihilistic enough to make an edgelord blush. Chantal doesn't want anything. Food? She hasn't wanted food in years. She gets no joy from it, really. It is like a seasoned rug user who is no longer gets a rush from the rug, just a dull, mind-dumbing warmth that makes him or her appropriate happiness for the moment, even if that state remains elusive. It has been a long time since we've seen her eyes literally roll in the back of her head from a hit of Burger King. In retrospect, I think a lot more of that was her pretending to be outrageous for views, but at times it was pretty genuinely outrageous joy. That's gone. She doesn't even really want a man. Men make her nervous. She fears that they may raise their voices to her. She speaks to them in very non-genuine baby voices. Bibi, Nader, and Salah all get a variation of the voice. Everything in her mating call, let's see, they got cut off. Everything in her mating call is mimicry. None of it is spontaneous. It is a show of having Salah. All of you have to swallow the fact that she is not only prettier than you, she gets the prettiest boy. It is the envy and accolades and attention that she wants, not the guy himself. Those warm her insides like food does. But they also haven't been providing the rushes lately, probably because she is feeling very insecure at the moment. Sure, she doesn't want to stay in Kuwait, but she'll pretend that she's on the road to Shambhala just to make people sick with envy. The camera can hide everything. All she has to do is what comes naturally to her to be perfectly phony influencer based on a dumbed down algorithm of the corrupt and self-serving influencers who inspired her. She made well sure to make sure she is stuck in Kuwait, like absolutely stuck. This is to entrap Salah into lifelong servitude for her as her trophy stud to show off. The problem with her strategy is the problem with her thinking every time being in Kuwait is her responsibility. She brought her situation on herself. Salah can use that as carte blanche to kick her to the curb if he needs to. And unless, let's see, I left off again. And unless he is a very peculiar man with very peculiar motives, he will indeed kick her to the curb when she becomes a liability more than an asset, which might be soon. She wants the fantasy princess life, like a 6-year-old do, and she has gone all in to make it happen in Kuwait. What Chantal really wants is to be free from all wants by indulging in her wants to the bitter end, which is, of course, oblivion. Human signifiers like want, love, empathy, selfishness, enlightenment are not to be found here. That was a great post and it had a lot of great points. I also believe that Chantal, like she she chases the dragon's tail. She's always chasing after the next new thing. Anything that will give her a rush, anything that will give her a moment of excitement or happiness, she chases after it. If it's anything that might become a bad habit, she indulges in it to the point where it does become a bad habit. And then she raises her tolerance to the point where she can no longer feel anything, and then she moves on to something else. So she's like a thrill seeker, but she's seeking it in the wrong ways. And I don't think she feels any real true joy. That's why she's always trying to find something to wrap herself around to distract herself from how unhappy her life really is. Okay, we're going to go back to Twitter. So I just wanted to read that post, and there were some words in it that YouTube may not like. This is a clip from today's live from Loretta H saying, yeah, because the important part of the mosque is the aesthetics of the building itself. You couldn't have made a spiritual connection with your higher power inside the one in Canada because it wasn't quaint enough for you. So Foodie has said many times that she feels closer to God or closer to Allah when in Kuwait, but yet is she going to the mosque there? Is she praying there? No, she's doing the same thing in Kuwait that she did in Canada. Just driving by a mosque and saying, oh, look, how pretty is that? But she's not about going to a mosque or praying to get any kind of spiritual enlightenment. So let's listen.
AMC. Oh my gosh. Well, mashallah, we will. Look at this nice mosque. The mosque in Orleans was plain. These ones are so like ornate. Back there, yeah. AMC. Oh my gosh. Well,
So let's drive by the mosque and remark how pretty it is versus you're supposed to be a newly reverted Muslim woman. You're not going in and praying. And it's kind of on point with the fact that she wears the hijab and she wears the abaya, and it means nothing to her. It means absolutely nothing to her. She likes things as long as there's nothing deep involved with it. Uh, in my opinion, she should take off the hijab, take off the abaya, uh, because that is kind of a sacred thing, Foodie. Those that are Muslim, that have the Muslim faith, you really shouldn't be wearing those things if they don't mean what they should mean to you. You know what I'm saying? You just shouldn't do it. You should dress in just normal clothing and not put on appearances. If being Muslim means nothing to you, you shouldn't have taken a shahada. The fact that you wear the hijab and you wear the abaya and you're cursing and you're swearing and gossiping and posting hateful things, I mean, that's just wrong. Absolutely wrong. Okay, this is another clip from today's live. VIBs, listen up. Never forget how important you are to the one you call queen and spend your hard-earned money on every month. She obviously cares about your opinions on her content and doesn't want to lose any of you. Wow is all I can say. So smug, cocky Foodie was in effect today. Yes, it was. Let's listen.
what kind of interesting stuff are you talking about living in chaos? Maybe, I don't know, well, you need to check out another channel if you don't like my content. I don't know why it didn't renew. Oh,
See, this is what I don't get. I don't understand people that are still subscribed to Foodie, especially the VIBs. I just don't get it. All of you over there, you know what she's done with her pets. You know what she's done. How can you possibly support that? That's horrible. This woman, she puts on appearances. Oh, I've got a quirky personality and I'm weird. Quirky and weird are not bad. No, this one is just, she's a horrible human being. How can you possibly support this? And even worse, she is not nice to you VIBs at all. You know, she needs you when she needs you. She needs your money, but when she's feeling herself, she'll be rude to you. All you got to do is wait, and she'll be rude to you. You're nothing but dollar bills to her. But hey, this is your money. Do what you want with it. I just don't understand spending money on somebody who is continuously rude and cocky and basically has the attitude of none of you matter to me. Your money matters to me, but you don't matter. Your opinions don't matter. Even though this is my income, this is my only income, and I'm using it to support myself and other people, I'm not going to place any kind of importance on you. I'm going to make you feel like crap. You're all trash to me. I don't understand supporting someone with that kind of attitude. Okay, this is from Kiva. Foodie is going back to mukbangs. Yikes, Chantal, not a smart call. That's pretty much signing her own blank warrant at this stage. I guess some might call it karma after she tried to sign BBJ's though. So Foodie, she said outright that she's going back to mukbangs. Here's the thing. When did she ever stop? You know, I mean, if you get on camera and you're eating, that's pretty much a mukbang. It doesn't have to be a whole bunch of food set out in front of you like in a pretty display. A mukbang is a mukbang. She never stopped doing them. It's just that she did the mukbang videos before. Now she just straight up eats on her live. So she never stopped doing the mukbangs ever. But I guess she's pretty much saying that for the feeders to let them know, hey, I'm going to give you more of the content that you paid for because I want you people back, I guess. Lisa, take it or leave it, says, I went to Kuwait and all I got was a giant box of KFC and slog Pepsi out of a 2-liter bottle alone. Yeah, and that might be why she's mad because that's all she's got left. Ah, here we go. Clover Drag Queen Story Hour says, sounds super easy to do, Chantal. Good luck. So I guess this is from a search on Twitter saying, Kuwait, according to the nationality law of 1999, after living in Kuwait for 20 years, 15 for citizens of other countries, you can apply to be granted Kuwaiti citizenship, but only if you are Muslim by birth or conversion. If you converted, you must have been practicing for 5 years. So it doesn't sound like you can be a citizen for quite a while, Foodie, if that was the thinking. It sounds like you and Salah are going to be bouncing around from place to place for quite a long time. I wonder if you got the money for that. Somehow I don't think you do. Okay, this is another post from Kiwi Farms. Again, I'm going to stop the screen because there might be some bad words in it. So somebody on Kiwi Farms says, so this is where she ends up. As Blank puts it so eloquently, she really is empty. She wants so badly for us to believe that she is in a wonderfully romantic relationship with her prince, but she seems oblivious to the fact that we have eyes and ears. No one is fooled by her big butt sitting on that tired old couch, stuffing her face and spewing invectives at everyone around her. Could you imagine being a newlywed and having your spouse sit for hours being vile and calling people names on camera? She is so vulgar, even when she's happy. She gets along with no one. Salah's friends no doubt despise her, and Salah himself barely tolerates her. Has she even fooled herself? A normal person, haha, a person with average emotional intelligence, would realize that she has painted herself into a corner, burned all of her bridges, screwed the pooch, all the cliches. The least bit of objective consideration would force her to come to terms with the fact that she is an enormous creature and that this man she has cornered is going to be very disappointed when she doesn't come through with the money or YouTube success, much less a Canadian residency. But she cares not what anyone wants. She lives for herself. This foul and self-absorbed beast prefers to sit where she isn't wanted, demanding to be fed and catered to, while she acts the perfect see you next Tuesday to everyone. If I had to live with her, I would despise her and not in Minecraft. So that was the post. I'm going to go back to the screen. Sorry for stopping the screen so much, but sometimes the farmers, they put in bad words and you shouldn't be reading them. Okay, this is from Blank She Throats. Thinking about all the THC she left behind for peen she ain't even getting. So this is like the first few seconds of the live before she thought it was started. Look at her face. Does that look like a happily married woman? Does that look like somebody who's happy to be where she is? No, she looks miserable. Miserable. Hey, you know what? I love this for you. And I love that for you. And that, and that. I love all those for you. Yes, I love it all. Karma, baby. Yes, coming through. Coming through. Loving all of these for you. All of it. All of it. You deserve it, ma'am. You do. This is from Shenanigans. Chantal says she's going to be in the Middle East for the next few years. Is that even possible? I guess she's really trying to outrun her Canadian taxes. Wow, not surprised, but surprised that she would even admit it. So let's listen to the clip.
People just want to see you high acting crazy. Yeah, that's not my life anymore. It's not ever going to be my life anymore. Inshallah, I'm going to be in the Middle East for at least a few years. So
wait. How are you going to do this? How are you going to do this? Chantal, you are not known for interesting content. You're not. Like your talent is making people angry. Finding things to make people angry. And you've been running with that for the longest. So what kind of interesting content are you going to do in the Middle East, especially with the restrictions on what you can film? You really shouldn't be filming people or lots of places. I mean, there's lots of restrictions over there, and they do not play if you get caught. What are you going to do? You're not a resident. You haven't given up your Canadian citizenship. So you and Salah are going to be bouncing around for the next few years. Let me tell you something. I just got that feeling, Mama, that if you don't produce some serious results soon, money-wise, Salah's going to be gone.
Yeah, that's it. I'm not going to talk about my visa and all that, but basically I'll be a resident and I won't have to worry about traveling back and forth.
Well, we just saw that little piece on Twitter. Just a Google search. She's not a citizen, though. She's not. And something else that I saw recently, just something of note. I don't know if this applies to Chantal because she does her stuff on YouTube, but over in Kuwait, they've started a program where a lot of people that are expats, people that have gone to Kuwait to work, they are basically not having their jobs. Like Kuwait is focused on giving more priority to people that live there for jobs. They want to make sure that people that live in that country get jobs. So a lot of expats are losing their jobs. A lot, like we're talking into the thousands. They started this program because they like a job incentive for people that actually live there. So like they're getting kind of strict with that. So you're planning on being a citizen there, but you still have your Canadian citizenship. So how's that going to be possible? Citizenship is a serious thing, and I'm sure it's not like a quick fix. So you're going to be bouncing around from place to place to place to place, forking out all kinds of money while you're waiting for that to happen. Trust me, things are going to break down way before that happens.
It's just the journey is just way too hard on me. I just don't, it's not something that I enjoy doing really regularly every 3 months. It's too much. And I don't like to leave without my husband. And we just have a lot of plans here. So, but yeah, living in chaos, I guess that answers your question. Like, yeah, like we're going to do other things, but no, I'd like to just drive around and go live. That's what I like to do. So I don't know if that's not your kind of thing. I'm sorry.
You know, Chantal likes to talk about how she wants to travel, and there's nothing wrong with traveling. Traveling can be fun, it can be exciting, but when you're someone like Chantal, that you are in really bad health and you have problems just walking, traveling is not fun. It's more arduous. So maybe in her mind she wants to travel, but she knows physically she would have trouble doing it. So her try to spin this narrative of we want to go see different places and do different things. That's the narrative that she's spitting on camera, but she knows the reality is a lot different. It seems useless to me to travel if you cannot travel and have fun doing it. Like, what's the point of traveling if you can't see the sights and talk to people and enjoy different cuisine and get experiences? And what's the point? If she's traveling, it's not because she wants to travel. She wants to sit in a room and just be fed food and catered to 24/7. That's, the more sedentary, the better. Like, but she's trying to paint herself as some world traveler, but yet physically you're not in the condition to do it, Chantal. And you're not trying to get in travel condition. You are just making yourself worse. So this is from That's Lindsay with an A. More shots. More shots. She's mad. She's mad. Mad. Mad at the situation, but not mad at what you did to your cats. Yeah, karma's got your number, girl. Okay, I can't play this, but if you want to go watch it on Twitter, it's Holly Go Heavy. So here's the situation. Peetz is on dating sites already. He didn't waste any time getting on the dating sites, and he said that he was extremely honest in his profile. But he doxed himself. He doxed his phone number on a live, and people were calling, and he got extremely angry and threw the phone and was using curse words, and that's precisely why I can't show it. But he had himself a little rage out because he doxed himself. He did it. He's an idiot. Why can't you look at the dating sites off camera, Peetz? You're a moron. But yeah, that happened. More shots of the happy princess. Okay, this is from We Cry for Food and Shelter, saying this delusional person says she will get to Kuwait residency. How? You have no marketable skills, so no way you qualify for a work permit in residency. She tells lies faster than she scarfs down food, and that is saying something. Well, I just told you guys over in Kuwait, the program where there are people who are skilled, expats who are skilled, that have marketable skills, job skills, and they're losing their jobs because Kuwait wants to cater more to its own native citizens. So if those skilled, marketable people are losing their jobs, Chantal, you don't have a chance. I mean, what are you offering Kuwait? What are you showing up with? Yeah, you got money, so what? You're not getting that much money. I don't think they're going to give you citizenship, ma'am. Let's see. Miss Anthropope says, look who's out early scrambling to do lots of domestic errands. Best guess, they have to get things to confirm Salah's renovation. That exhausted and stressed him out. It's why the apartment renovation tour hasn't happened yet. Yeah, that sounds like a really good possibility. Like they're trying to pretty up the place because the last time that the place was shown, it did not look that nice. I mean, it's an apartment, it's like a really small apartment. And nobody would have had a problem with the apartment if Chantal had not made it seem so grandiose. I mean, it was her fault. She told us so many things that were not true about Salah. She said he was a successful businessman. She said she could quit her job on YouTube and he would support her. And then when she went to Kuwait and we saw the place, what she told us and the reality did not match, and that's what people were bringing up. And then Salah got mad because, basically because of Chantal. She made everything seem grandiose, right? And then we saw this basic apartment, and then people had a lot to say about it. But let's listen to the clip.
Oh, we're just gonna be running. We have a whole bunch of things to do. Just like errands, you know, domestic errands. Is that a thing? You're expecting a snowstorm?
And you got to know that Salah is so bothered by her eating in his car because she's a sloppy eater. We saw her Kia. Her Kia was a mess. She constantly spilling drinks in that thing, throwing garbage everywhere. She's a sloppy person. You know, she doesn't bathe. Would anybody who has a car want anybody like that in your car? If they smell, if they're dirty and sloppy? Of course not. Of course not. So you know he's not happy about her eating in the car and possibly making a mess. This is a beautiful picture from Happy Dog. Oh, look. There's a puppy. Puppy is eating kisses from the cows. That's such a beautiful picture. Perfectly timed. The dog's happy. The cows are like, hey. All right. Now, this is a beautiful picture from No Beezer. There's BBJ on her new cat tree, sleeping peacefully, looking happy, looking rested. That picture makes me happy. It makes me so happy. It's amazing how TLC can work wonders. I'm sure she's got a lot of healing to do, but look at the change already. She's happy, she's sleeping in the bed. The bed looks comfortable, it looks very plush. Queen BBJ, you earned that. Ma'am, you did. That picture above all makes me so happy. So incredibly happy. It's amazing what love and some care will do for a person or an animal. All right, so with that said, let's go on to the actual live stream. We're not going to cover all of it. I just want to get the gist of what's going on here. I just want to see her in misery. Hey, I'm going to say it. I'm just saying it like it is. I want to see her in misery. She's boiling beneath the surface. She is mad. And she's dying to let it out. She is. Oh, and look, y'all. Look. Turning the comments off, coward. Coward, Chantal. You got so much to say on your community post. You dragging other people, but yet when it comes time for your own comments, where people can say things to you, you're a coward. You run. You turn the comments off. Miss, I don't care what other people say. Looks like you do care. But go ahead, turn the comments off. Turn them off. You want to know why? Because whenever you do that, whenever you turn comments off, that hurts your engagement. And do you know what that leads to? That leads to when people search your name on YouTube, you get pushed further and further and further down the page of results in the search. And do you know who gets seen first? The reaction channels. The people that you hate. Yes, mama. Yes. So go ahead and keep your comments off for all your videos. When anybody looks for your name, they'll see all the reaction channels listed first. You're going to be pushed further and further down the search. Go ahead, do it. Do it. Do it. Enough with my mouth, though. Let's get on to this live stream monstrosity. Look at her. Mad. You know, it's always a telling sign when you have two people who are supposed to be married and the awkward, uncomfortable silence. A happily married couple would be talking to each other, looking at each other. She's not looking at him, he's not looking at her. All that silence, ooh, that's bad. That is so bad. Anybody who's ever been married or in a relationship and you got two people that don't like each other, that are not into each other, that are fighting, and that silence, that awful silence. Sometimes the silence is so loud that it's just, ugh. Oh, Chantal, this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning.
They put lemon or tahini on these ones.
Yeah, there's there's nice. It's raining today.
Hey, bad baby. Oh, really? Hello.
Hi guys.
So you see that switch? They weren't talking, they weren't looking at each other. And then the moment they realized that the chat was live, it said like, hi. And then he looks at the chat and he smiles. That is so fake. That is so fake. Y'all are faking the funk, aren't you? Yeah, you are.
Hey, Lulu.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. First, you can't believe it. It's 10 a.m. here. It's like middle of the night in North America. Just picked up breakfast. We have a lot of errands to do today. Hey, mistress, how are you? From London. Good morning. Hello. Anna. Hi, Vance Beezers.
أهلا وسهلا.
Mm.
Hello guys.
Hello, King Beezer. Elizabeth. I'm eating falafel.
So Chantal promised that when she got to Kuwait, things were going to be different. She said, oh, the content's going to be different. It looks exactly the same to me. He's sitting next to her, barely talking to her. She's stuffing her face on camera. How is it different, Chantal? How is it different? You're doing the same things you were doing in Canada. The only difference is somebody else is driving, but you're live streaming and you're eating. Girl, just go back to mukbang videos. Seriously, just do it. Get it over with. Go back to mukbangs and just do nothing but mukbangs. That's really what you want to do. You want to sit still somewhere and eat. You don't really want to talk. You're not good at talking. You're no good with conversation and making conversation interesting. Just go back to mukbang videos. Do it. You're boring otherwise. There's nothing interesting coming out of your mouth, and there's nothing interesting going in, but just go back to mukbangs.
We picked up some breakfast. We're driving. I want to see the area here. Happy to be here, mistress. Hey, Zuleika. Going live at 11. The weather's it's okay. It's not too hot, but it was raining. It was rainy, so but now it's okay. Tahini, vegetables. Hey, crispy buns. It's freezing in London, I bet. The car is quick, I know. Looking good, homie. Thank you, crispy buns. So yeah, we're just gonna be running. We have a whole bunch of things to do.
I wonder if they're having a domestic errands to do, if it has to do with the renovation of the house, or if they're going to go back into that routine of let's drive around all day, let's film a bunch of footage, and then splice that up into different videos for the couples channel. Basically, that's what's going to happen. It's about let's just get a bunch of footage, I'll put it in different videos, I'll put it on the couples channel, and then I'll do my boring live streams for my channel. And the rest of the time, he just leaves her alone at home.
Just like errands, domestic errands. Is that a thing? You're expecting a snowstorm coming from the Arctic. Ooh, no, that's gonna be bad. Like a lot of snow. Hey, Anna.
Take care, guys. Be careful.
And you can tell that Salah doesn't care. That he really doesn't care. He's so indifferent to her. She's sitting there taking big old bites. Big, huge. He don't care. So there's stuff in her face on camera. He don't care. You know, Chantal in her head, she thinks, oh, like I can do what I want because he loves me and he's so accepting of me. No, it's because he doesn't care. He's not emotionally attached to you. He's not in love with you. That indifference, it means he doesn't care. He's just around for what he's around for, which is money. But other than that, he don't care. He don't care what you do to yourself. He don't care what you put inside yourself. He just doesn't care.
And be safe, inshallah.
Yes. Please be safe. We're just Oh really? People said he sold the car? No, we need the car. Morning bees. So I just thought I'd do a quick bees, but we're gonna be filming an apartment tour for our couples channel, so be sure to check that out. I'm also gonna be doing a few recorded videos today. I have a lot to do.
You know, I'm just gonna say it. I think that the reason why Chantal created the couples channel was the same reason that she created the channel for Natter. It was a way to like put the hook in the guy that she likes and keep him close to her so that he can't ever escape. It's a way for her to kind of make sure that the guy that she's interested in will spend time with her. So she created this whole couples channel with Salah. You know, supposedly to make money. That was probably the selling point. Oh, like if you're on this channel with me and we'll make money and I'll give it to you. But I'm sure the couples channel isn't doing that well. But there's the added bonus for Chantal that, oh, we got to do stuff with the couples channel. So just spend time with me today and let's run around and do stuff. So in a way, it's kind of poking at him and pressuring him to do stuff with her so that she's not left completely alone.
Laundry, stuff like that. What are you guys doing today? Mistress, yeah. Like London doesn't usually get much. Oh, you live in London. They don't get much snow normally, huh? So is this like a new?
And my apologies to anybody who's getting grossed out by her eating. I apologize. You have to see this, but this is Chantal. This is her content. She eats. She eats a lot. And she's not really nice about the way she eats. She's not dainty. I don't like it either. Trust me, I don't like it. But that's all she does is stuff her face.
Thing.
Babe?
Oh, thank you.
Notice the size of that drink. That is funny to me. That's funny. We've seen Chantal like get the supersized sodas and drinks. What is he handing her? He's handing her a tiny Sprite. That's not even half the size the drink she normally gets.
Crispy buns, I could have told you that.
Since when does Foodie drink Sprite? She don't do Sprite. We've never seen her do Sprite. It's always like Pepsi and Coca-Cola. He's got her drinking Sprite. Not that there's anything wrong with Sprite. Sprite is good. Okay, I like Sprite. But this is not a drink she normally drinks. She likes some sweet.
It might be a bit delayed, fans, because it's a boring housework. Yeah, but it must be done right. I cleaned up the fridge. Now we have to restock it. All this and that. Climate change, snow. Gotta love that. Here, honey.
Thank you, sweetheart.
Oh, geez. Are we back to that? Hey, honey. Thank you, sweetheart. That is so forced. It don't even sound natural. How much are you getting paid every time you call her baby or sweetheart, Salah? Is that part of your pay deal? Oh, call me some sweet names, and every time you do, I'll up your pay.
You're welcome, sweetheart. Oh, sugar, you are my candy. Another one with four. Don't want that one. That one, yeah.
This one, no. Falafel.
Wait, let me check this. This may be the full one.
Yeah, I think this one.
Okay. Here you go, honey. Want to trade?
Five.
No.
It's for you.
This is full. I was recycling non-existent Vans Beezer. Was the flight better than the last? No, it was worse. It was harder for me to do.
So she's got a lot of running around to do, but she is stuffing herself before she does it. You know, Chantal, I have eaten meals where I've eaten a lot. I think we've all had that feeling where you just sit down and you just eat a lot. And then afterwards, you don't even want to move. You're practically falling asleep. So you've got a lot of running around to do today, but you're not even eating like a little snack wrap, and then that will just stave off your hunger for a bit and then maybe eat later on. No, you're stuffing yourself. So how are you going to do anything? You're going to be uncomfortable.
What does Salah have for breakfast? We're eating it. We're having some. This is a very common Middle Eastern breakfast. Is having falafel, ful, has tahini, hummus. Ful is fava beans mashed up.
Yeah, just the thing that she needs. Anything with beans in it. Poor Salah. Salah, you better get away later, bro. It's going to be deadly.
So what you're looking at are the fava beans, tahini, which is sesame seed paste, French fries, tomatoes. You're eating bread. I'm actually going to be making my own bread.
You know, there's a joke right there, but I won't say it because it's not nice. And it has to do with something that happened between her and Natter. Anybody who knows, you know.
Or I'm going to try to anyways. It looks easy. Chantal, did you try manigish? Like za'atar and lam bajin. It's like pastry. Manigish? Sounds familiar, but I don't.
You know, I had to sit there and refresh the chat because I'm like, did the chat get stuck? Because it was barely moving. When I'm in other reaction channel chat rooms, the chat is flying by. You can barely keep up with it. Hers is barely moving. That means there weren't that many people in this live stream. Oh, this is so not good for you, but I love it.
Did we ever try manigish?
Manapish. Yeah.
Yeah?
Fataya.
Oh! Za'atar for tire. Yes.
Za'atar pie.
Za'atar pie. We did, mistress. It's delicious. I love za'atar. I love it. Can you get that stuff in London?
You know, Salah has got to be annoyed. All she does is talk about food, 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 food all the time. Food every day, food every hour. You know he's annoyed. You know he's so annoyed. He's probably thinking in his head, does she ever think about anything but food? Does she ever talk about anything that isn't food? You know he's bored senseless. No wonder he leaves her alone a lot.
Yeah, she likes it so much.
I love za'atar. Huh? Fava beans and a nice candy. Oh my god, can you do a cooking video if you try to bake bread? Yeah, sure. We need to have a recycle beezer, our king and queen beezers while real quick picking up trash. Oh, there's another.
is this like the live Foodie? Just you eating and him driving and not really wanting to talk to you, and that's it? That's all there was? This is really riveting content, I must say. I'm sitting on the edge of my seat. Can't wait to see what happens next.
Okay, let's guess what country that. Your eyes are beautiful, dear. Thank you. You know, city.
I can tell you this right now, Chantal. If that's all your lives are going to be from now on, is either you in your new home complaining and raging on the reaction channels, or Salah driving you to the same locations that we've already seen, the beaches, the desert, the power lines, the beach at night. It's not going to fly.
Apparently, we have a bunch of errands to run, but I don't know where they are.
We love you all.
Yes. I want to make grilled cheese and tomato soup.
This classic thing.
Okay, I'm going to do a lot of skipping around because this looks boring.
These are the streets here. Just to stay in your car? Oh, it would be.
No, it's okay in the
Oh,
car.
okay. He's a peaser. Is it?
If they were a couple, oh, wow. Hey, I did not mean to stop right there, but hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. You know, even if you are a couple, if you were really in love or connected, even if you're driving around, there's a way to make it interesting. Just talking to each other. There's a lot you could talk about the trip over, about what you were doing in the 3 weeks that you were separated. There's all kinds of things they could make interesting banter, but he's not interested in her, so you got all this awkward silence.
Yeah. Is it Wednesday in Kuwait? What day is it today?
Today is Tuesday.
Is it?
Yeah.
Like, it's Tuesday. We used to have triple the people no matter what time. I guess nothing lasts forever. What do you mean, chaos? You mean like viewers? Oh yeah. Whatever. Depends on the time of day. But yeah, if there's no drama, of course, there's not going to be as many viewers. That's fine. I don't mind.
So you just basically admitted that you need drama in order to up your views. Hence the reason why you're going after reaction channels and you rage, because that's the only thing of interest for your channel. If there's no drama, people don't watch. You just said it.
I don't mind even if I have just a few, whatever.
She's a liar. She minds. She minds. If Chantal were a person that views did not matter to her, money doesn't matter to her, why does she work overtime pocket watching people and making comments about their views and their engagement? She talks extensively about French Fry Girl and French Fry Girl covering other people, although it shouldn't matter to Chantal. I mean, she can't pick a lane. One minute she's raging because Frenchie covers her. The next minute she's raging still if Frenchie covers somebody else. And she's criticizing the views. Oh, you only got so many views covering this other person. So what? Even when she covers other people, she still gets more than you. So what do you care? What do you care about what goes on with other channels? What their views are, how much money they're making. You're on your channel, right? 93K subscribers, right? So what do you care about other channels and what they're doing? Here's the shameful part, Chantal. Shameful. The fact that there are channels that don't have as many subscribers that are doing much better than you as far as views and engagement and super chats and the viewers being happy and satisfied with what they're watching. So what you got, like 92 or 93K subscribers, big deal. Most of them are dead subs regardless. They are dead accounts. Your engagement sucks and your views suck. For 92, 93K subscribers, you should have a lot more views. You don't. You don't. Meanwhile, the smaller channels are kicking your butt that way. So apparently, it's not about how many subscribers you have. It's about the engagement. It's about how many active subs are being active on your channel and how they're enjoying the content. But all you can see is how many subscribers you have versus how many somebody else has.
Harry needs a bigger cage. Nah, he doesn't.
This cage is so big.
Yeah.
In Peetz zone.
And how it's the biggest cage they sell here. Actually, we bought it.
Yeah.
For hamsters, so
one.
it's not possible for us to have a bigger cage actually. Number two, I have a big playpen area for him that I let him out of, and I let him out of the cage several times a day.
Yeah.
So he's fine. But thanks for the concern, Sabrina. Yeah, we literally bought the biggest cage there is.
You know, she lied about that too. I seriously doubt that she went to a pet store and asked the pet store owner, look, do you have a really big cage for my hamster? And what would you recommend as far as safe bedding and proper toys? She's cheap. She's absolutely cheap. You know, she bought the cheapest toys and the smallest cage because she's cheap. She wants the attention of having an animal, but she's not interested in their care and their comfort.
For sure.
This Kuwait City now.
Over. One thing that helps in my happiness is not worrying about things I don't have control over, and I really try to do that. It's not always easy, but you love the animals. I know, me too. I love animals, and of course I want them to be happy.
You know what? No, you don't. You don't love animals. What you love is the attention you get from having an animal, and that's as far as it goes. You are not a true animal lover. Because if you did, you would have taken care of your cats better, much better. There was no reason at all for your cats to have wanted for anything while they were with you. You had the money, the time, the resources, everything you needed. Those babies should have wanted for absolutely nothing. And they wanted for everything because you gave so little. To the point where both the owners that have, Sam and BBJ, they're having to undo the damage that you did for being a bad owner. You shouldn't be allowed to own anything that has a heartbeat. Anything.
Show them up.
Yeah. You know, so but yeah, we went to Pet Zone and we literally bought the biggest cage that they have there. So here, well, you know, what can I say?
Where?
They're like worried about how many viewers I have.
This more than enough.
Yeah, that's fine. Mashallah. Like seriously.
Alhamdulillah.
Aisha, welcome to Very Important Beezers. Ready,
Is that three bees?
No, that's another.
Really? Another one?
Wait, Loyalty Beezers? Is that you, Aisha, or a different Aisha? Because the picture's different.
I got an interesting question, Mr. Salah. You got a gaming channel. Are you going to do anything with it besides just let it sit in the dust? I mean, listen, bro. You're trying to use Chantal to get up the ladder of life, so to speak. Tell the truth. You're hooked onto this one for money. You think she's going to take you somewhere rather than make your own way and make it happen yourself. You're trying to use her. You open that Pandora's box, and there's a lot of bad stuff inside that came out, and it's still coming out. When are you going to learn that the path that you've chosen is not a good one? It's going to lead to even more ruin than you could possibly imagine. You got a gaming channel. Put some work into that. Find some time away from her. Make it happen. Stop trying to be a kept man and relying on this woman to make things happen for you, because she's going to make sure that nothing happens for you. She wants you completely reliant on her. She doesn't want you independent. I don't see how you haven't gotten that yet. She wants you stuck with her to where you have nowhere else to go, no money, no other means. She's not about that life of having an independent man that has a choice to be with her. She wants a man to be stuck with her, just like you're going to be stuck with her until you find a way out.
What kind of interesting stuff are you talking about living in chaos? Maybe, I don't know, well, you need to check out another channel if you don't like my content. I don't know why it didn't renew. Oh! Well. Okay, I was like, is that a different Aisha? Who knows, because it's like a common enough name, I guess, especially for like Muslim, Well,
Not you trying to chastise somebody who might be Muslim when you're supposed to be a newly reverted Muslim woman, you cursing, swearing, being mean to people, stuff you posted on your community tab. Girls, please have a seat, have several seats, make sure you buy them, as many as you need. You're no one to be telling people how to be Muslim at all. At all. Nope, not you. Not you. You over there driving past mosques like a tourist rather than go into one and actually pray.
how are you today, Aisha? Am I saying your name right? Aisha. Whoa. I'm not worried, just surprised. Yeah, well,
Just wait for 1 minute. I'll come back. Okay.
okay, baby.
Bring something.
I don't think Chantal cares about losing viewers because in her head, she ran over to Kuwait to run away from her problems in Canada, problems that she created. She purposely ran over there as quickly as possible so that Salah is now stuck with her. She thinks, I'm in Kuwait now. I got into his house. I moved into his house. And because I'm away from Canada, the tax man cannot get me. Any legal problems, it won't affect me. So I am in another place. So like I will not suffer any consequences. Salah's here and I'm going to force him to take care of me. That's what she's thinking. When she doesn't realize that Salah could and will leave her. It's going to happen. It's just a matter of when, not if. If she makes a bunch of money for him and he can self-sponsor, he's gone that much faster. If she doesn't come through with the money, he will leave her. If his thing is working women, he's going to find another target and he's going to go elsewhere if she's not pumping out the money. It's not a matter of if, Chantal, it's when. When's it going to happen? When is it going to happen? So thinking that you're moved into a man's house and living there, that's going to keep you safe? Oh, no. No, he's already sick of you. He's already annoyed.
My content's very different now, and people believe like a lot of crap that's not true. Like that I'm an animal abuser and all this and that. So a lot of people
You are.
left, but that's good riddance to them. I don't want people here who just like assume the worst about me or who don't want to be here. Or if you, like I told people, if you think
No assuming anything. You've shown us the worst about you. This is not a situation where you're one way and then people are just assuming something based on no fact. You have shown us the worst of yourself. So where is the assumption coming from? There is no assumption. Your own live streams show how awful of a person you are and continue to be. The proof is right there. It's in real time.
my content's boring, don't watch me. So maybe they took the advice. So good riddance. No offense, but you changed your picture. I like it. I'm just asking if we'll be doing other things besides driving around. Like I do, though. Like we have a whole couples channel of activities. We've literally done like half the things to do in Kuwait. So if you want to check out those videos, Salah and
No. You know what? I'm sure there's lots to do in Kuwait. I'm sure there's lots of places to see, lots of things to do. It's all a matter of physically what you're able to do. It's what you're able to do. you can't do much. You can't move much. You can't do anything physical. And summer is coming up. Spring is coming up. It's desert out there. It's very, very hot. The temperatures can reach up to over 100 degrees easily. So how are you going to deal with that, Chantal? How are you going to deal with spring and summer in Kuwait if the temperatures reach that high? What are you going to show us? What are you going to show us? You can't even deal with the heat now. What are you going to show us in the desert, girl? You could be baking out there like a turkey.
Chantal. Hamsters don't need a big cage. They like to be snug and secure most of the time. Really?
That's a lie. That is a lie. Hamsters like a big cage. They like to run around. They're very active animals. They need a big hamster wheel. They need safe bedding. They need proper food. They need space.
Really, bad baby? I didn't know that. Are you getting ready for Ramadan? Yes.
No, you're not.
Yeah, we have to actually go and buy some decorations. So I'm going to be vlogging. Another note too.
So, of course, Foodie is going to go to that. We're buying decorations. Decorations don't matter. What are you doing to prepare for Ramadan? You're not even like decreasing your food.
Like I'm going to be incorporating more. I'm probably going to go back and do some mukbangs. I'm setting up a really mukbang area in our apartment. Also, our apartment is really small, so we don't have room.
Do you hear that, Salah? She wants to do mukbangs again. You know what that means, don't you, bro? That means she's going to be sitting around eating. What do you think that leads to? Her gaining more weight. She's already super, super morbidly obese. She's over 500 pounds. So she's going to be doing mukbangs, thinking that's going to bring in the money again. Although, I'm just going to say it. She had a mukbang crowd. She had a feeder crowd before. And that was her content. And she was doing well with it. But then she muddied the waters by bringing in all the drama with Natter. And she lost a lot of those feeders because they're not about that life. They don't want to hear about anything else except for things having to do with their interest. So after all the drama, after all the nonsense and vulgarity, she wants to go back to what she used to do. That time has passed, Chantal. That time has passed. You brought in Salah, now he's part of the content, and the feeders may not like that. So you're planning on doing mukbangs, which means you're going to be eating thousands of calories, which is going to lead to more health problems. And by the way, Chantal, you are not a Kuwaiti citizen. Therefore, you will not be able to take advantage of the healthcare over there. You're not a citizen, period. No healthcare benefits for you. None. So you might want to think about that. You're not going to be a burden on their system. You're not a nationalized citizen. So Salah, she's going to be doing the mukbangs, gaining more weight, trying to put you in a position where you're constantly getting her food. Think hard about that.
For a huge cage. Like, I'm not going to give like half the apartment to my hamster. No offense, Harry, but we have to go buy some decorations for Ramadan. People decorate for Ramadan just like people decorate in North America for Christmas and like all these other holidays. We have to there's a lot of things we have to do with charity and stuff like that. So the time difference also.
What are you talking about charity? Do you honestly think Salah's going to let you give money to a charity when he wants it all? That ain't going to happen. You're going to have your hands full just keeping your channel afloat, having money enough for you and your mukbangs and giving money to him. Money is not going to go anywhere else. You don't make that kind of money, Chantal.
Affects the numbers. I think like the majority that I had in North America, I had a lot of like my audience live at night. But if you think about it, like when I was getting like 25K, like 2,500, all this and that, it was a really miserable time in my life, and I would rather trade in the numbers for that any day.
Liar. You were making that money and you were bragging about it. Oh, I've got so much money. And the reason why you made all that money was because you and Nader were going back and forth and you were making some serious claims against him. That's why you're making all that money. But he's not in the picture no more, right, Chantal? Even though you are still wearing your heart necklace. You probably still talk to him and send him a little bit of money here and there, and you're keeping Salah on the side. You want your cake and eat it too. You haven't completely let go of Nader. No, I'm sure you still talk to him. In those moments when Salah's not there, you probably get on the phone with him just to have someone to talk to because there's nobody else. Nobody else is talking to you. You don't have any friends to talk to. Harry's not going to talk to you. So who else are you talking to? Nader, crying in his ear, I'm miserable, I'm lonely. Well, you deserve to be. The way you treat people. There's not one single person that can say, I was made better for knowing and talking to Chantal. No one. Isn't that sad? That you're 38 years old and there's not a single person that can say, I was made better for knowing this person, for talking to this person. I was not made a better person. That's how horrible you are. Horrible. Oh, oops. Sorry about that.
Assume that I'm paying for everything. So it's not like I have to worry. Like if I'm saying like if I have to take a numbers cut, if I have to take a pay cut a bit, it's not a problem. So
Yeah, it's not a problem right now, but wait till those smaller paychecks come in. And Saul becomes more and more grumpy that he ain't getting so much. How long do you think that's going to last?
people don't know anything. Yeah, we have to fast for Ramadan from sun up till sundown. People just want to see high acting crazy. Yeah, that's not my life anymore. It's not ever going to be my life anymore. Um, Inshallah, I'm going to be in the Middle East for at least a few years. So
You can't stay there for a few years. Every few months, you have to leave. You're on a visa. You are not a citizen. That's why you and Salah were planning on going to Thailand because your visa only lasts for so long where you are. Then you got to bounce, go somewhere else, stay there for 3 months, or go other places during that 3 months, then come back. And that's going to be your life, Chantal. And how much money are you going to have to do that, Chantal? Because hotel accommodations, food, going around, that costs money. Where exactly are you going to go on a low salary?
oh,
Especially for two people.
Yeah, that's it. I'm not going to talk about my visa and all that, but um, basically, I'll be a resident and I won't have to worry about traveling back and forth.
Not going to happen. You can't be a citizen while you're still got Canadian citizenship. Not gonna happen. Talk all that trash. See, you say things like this, anybody can go online and do a Google search and know that you're lying. Anybody.
It's just the journey is just way too hard on me. I just don't, it's not something that I enjoy.
Journey's too hard on you. Then how are you going to travel? How are you going to travel? How? The journey's too hard on me. That pretty much confirms that you're going to be staying in one place, wherever that is. You don't want to leave because you're too uncomfortable.
Doing really regularly every 3 months, it's too much. And I don't like to leave without my husband. And
So it sounds like that she's in Kuwait now. It sounds like she's going to overstay her visa. Like she's supposed to be traveling. That's by the rules. She should travel and get out and go elsewhere after 3 months. But it sounds like she plans on staying longer than 3 months. Chantal, do you realize you can go to jail for that? You can get in serious trouble. But I guess that's the plan. She's like, I ran to Kuwait, and even though I've got a 3-month visa, I'm going to stay past my 3 months because they can't get rid of me. Oh, yeah, they can. Oh, yes, they can. They can get rid of you. Yep.
we just have a lot of plans here. So, but yeah, living in chaos, I guess that answers your question. Like, yeah, like we're going to do other things, but no, I'd like to just drive around and go live. That's what I like to do. So I don't know if that's not your kind of thing. I'm sorry.
Not driving around to go live. He's driving. And I'm sure he's just loving that. Driving you places and you eating and making a mess of his car. I'm sure he's just loving that.
AMC, 17 months loyalty visa. Thank you. Ready, set, release. I'm happy you are happy, Chantal. I think most of us in here feel the same. Thank you. Yes, I appreciate that. It means a lot. Why are they so concerned? What are these people your agents? Do y'all pay rent there? Yeah, of course. Yeah, pay rent. Salah pays the rent. I'm excited.
No, you pay the rent. Listen, if you're calling him every hour on the hour because you're so insecure and jealous, it's daytime right now. Okay, look out the window, y'all. It's daytime. These are normal working hours. When exactly does he work? If it's 10 o'clock, it's 10 a.m. where they are, and they're going to be busy all day, how exactly is he working? What is his job? That he can sit there and cater to her all day long and play chauffeur. He doesn't have a job. She's giving him money.
Good to see Ramadan over there. Me too, honestly. Like I've because Bibi was Muslim, or Milan was Muslim, and you guys know him as Bibi, that's why. Milan was Muslim, and he did Ramadan the first year I met him, but that's the only experience I ever had with Ramadan. And Ramadan in the Middle East, I think, will be a lot different. Cheaper rent.
Knowing Chantal, she's going to sleep through Ramadan. She won't pray. She won't do anything. She will sleep from dawn until dusk just so she can get up and eat as soon as she gets up.
Yeah, way cheaper. Way cheaper. Yeah, it's like when you become parents, you're not going to act like you did before. Exactly. Canadian rent sucks, and it's only getting worse.
I got news for you, Chantal. Rent sucks everywhere. There are some places where the rent isn't as bad, but rent is bad for everybody. So what are you complaining about? Everybody's got to pay rent. Everybody's got to pay bills, but they handle their business. But you're so about that life of avoiding responsibility, avoiding adulthood, that you ran to another country just to get away from it. Guess what? You're in another country and you're still paying rent. It may not be in your name, but you're still paying rent, you're still paying bills, you're still paying for food. So this plan of getting away from responsibility and paying for things just ain't working, is it?
Hey, babe.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm fine.
I like the Chantal. I hated it. Hence, you went back to Canada. It triggered your habits within hours of you landing. I like the Kuwait Chantal. Yeah, thank you. Here, like I said, I don't even think about substances. I don't think about
Liars, she does. Oh, wait. She's not thinking about them now, but wait. Just wait. She will.
anything.
Not that I'm wishing that upon her, but listen, Foodie is a woman of vices, and she's got many of them. What happened the last time she was in Kuwait? Because she could not do other things, food became her go-to, and she gained a bunch of weight. And then she came back to Canada and she started up her vices along with the food. And then maybe a week before she was supposed to leave to go to Kuwait, I noticed that her food intake was a bit less. So it was very apparent to me that she was using something, maybe on the speedy side, to get away from the food just so she could lose a little bit of weight. Well, she's going to get it all back and then some.
Anything like that, because we have a life here.
Inshallah, one day also you can visit Kuwait.
Yes, we can all Kuwait bees. Wouldn't that be fun, babe?
Yeah. Easiest community in Kuwait. Well,
Yeah. What do you guys like? Do you like his long, shaggy look or the clean cut? I don't.
You know what, Chantal? You can sit there and toss compliments at him. He still doesn't care about you. He's so far removed from you. He's not touching you. I mean, he barely looks at you. Girl, read the room.
You look so different with both looks. I love them. I love your long hair.
yeah, this is so nice because I can play any, do what, with each touch I can make a new character. You mean?
Yes.
Like this?
One day.
More driving.
We have these in Ottawa too.
The double boss.
Yeah.
You are the queen.
Okay, you know what? We're done here. This is boring. I'm bored. As a reactor, I'm bored. And I can't react to her anymore after I get severely bored. But y'all got the gist of what was going on. So she's in Kuwait with Salah, and yeah, he's annoyed. She's annoyed. They're just putting on a front for the camera just to keep the money train going, although the money train is going to get smaller and smaller and smaller as time goes on. And I'm here for it. I'm not here for the interesting content because there is none. I'm here for karma. I'm here for dessert, and I'll stick with it to see how this plays out. And I'm just letting you guys know right now, it won't take long. It won't take long for her to break down. For this whole thing just to go bust. It won't take long at all, but I'm here for all of it, regardless. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this react video. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Thank you so much for being here, and please have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye.